Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of ECTV News. I'm Ray Newcomb.
And I'm Brianna Marr.
Do you like museums? How about art? If you answered yes to either of these questions, then you're in luck. There will be a Museum of Art trip this Wednesday the 14th. Admission and transportation will both be provided free of charge, and the bus leaves at 5:30 p.m.
Also, stop by Beechwood at 9 p.m. that night for delicious food and a chance to hang out with Doc Wiley.
Come sing your heart out at Gully's this Thursday as CAB hosts their open mic night. Beginning at 8 p.m., come by for a night of free food and fun.
Now let's take it to weather with Jill Watch.
I'm Jill Watch, and you're watching Beverly's Mid-Weekday Weather Report. This Wednesday, it will start out a little on the chillier side and a rare chance of cloudiness. By noontime, the winds will start to pick up from 7 miles per hour to 9 miles per hour. The sun is predicted to reappear shortly after the temps will increase from the mid-50s to the low 60s. We will reach a high of 63 degrees by late noon, and it will supposedly drop back down into the mid-50s as the sun gets closer to setting. By early morning on Thursday, we will start to see the clouds clear for an even sunnier day with a high of 64 degrees and a low temps of the 40s towards the end of the day. Friday will be a little cooler than Thursday, which could be accredited to heavy winds picking up to around 12 miles per hour around the late afternoon. You may want to get out your jackets towards the end of the week as we go deeper into the fall season. Maybe even your rain jackets, because this is a possibility of spotty showers on Friday during the afternoon. Saturday will bring on sunshine and patchy clouds as we reach a high of 57 degrees and a low reaching into 38 degrees. In world news, this past Wednesday evening through Thursday morning, parts of the UK and US were entertained by an unanticipated light show. The aurora borealis, seen on the left, was produced by a geomagnetic storm. Sources from the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration are attributing this phenomenon to high-speed solar wind happening on the sun's surface.
Thanks, Jill.
Show some school spirit this Friday and wear all blue for a chance to win some free prizes in Lower Callahan.
Come by Lower Callahan on Friday at 9 for a blast from the past as Late Night Loca presents 50s Bowling Night. Milkshakes and food will be provided.
Get creative this Saturday at 9 p.m. in Lower Callahan at the Wicked Art Bar. Come down and paint a spooky picture.
Now let's find out what's happening in the wide world of EC sports with Matt Pritchard and Jess Carroll. Take it away, guys.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Jess Carroll.
And I'm Matt Pritchard. The men's soccer team's shutout streak ended this past Saturday at Curry. The Gulls picked up a 2-1 overtime win with a game-winning goal from CCC Offensive Player of the Week, Shintaro Ito. The Gulls' shutout streak ended at 822 minutes, but nonetheless, the game saw a stellar performance from CCC Defensive Player of the Week, Nick Weinstein. The Gulls will play host to Western New England Saturday the 17th.
The women's tennis team won their 5th straight CCC championship this past weekend. They were led by CCC Player of the Week, Maxine Bergenstein, and CCC Rookie of the Week, Haley Barnett.
The men's golf team finished 3rd in the ECAC championships this past weekend. The Gulls saw 2 great performances from all-tournament second-team selections, Drew Benshoff and Ben Palazzo.
The cross-country teams were in action this past weekend at the James Early Invitational. The men's team finished 13 out of 38 teams and saw a great run from CCC Rookie of the Week, Austin Landry. On the women's side, the girls finished 6 out of 39 teams and were led by CCC Rookie of the Week, Abigail Keene. Both teams will be back in action Friday the 16th at Saints Invitational.
The women's soccer team picked up 2 good wins this past week. They bested Eastern Connecticut State before traveling to Curry and winning 2-0. The ladies will be back in action Wednesday the 14th versus Tufts and Saturday the 17th versus Western New England.
The women's field hockey team had a tough week dropping games to Bates and Salve Regina. The Gulls will look to get back on the winning side Wednesday the 14th at UNE and Saturday the 17th at Roger Williams.
The women's volleyball team started out the week dropping a game to Tufts, but then turned it around at the Endicott Invitational. The team swept the tournament with wins versus Colby Sawyer, Moravian, and Babson. They'll look to stay winning Friday the 16th at the Coast Guard Academy.
The equestrian team opened up their season at Middlebury College. The team saw a first-place finish from Tracy Crosby and a second-place finish from Caitlin Lawson. The Gulls finished 6th overall. They will then travel to the University of Vermont show, where they saw a first-place finish from multiple Gulls. This led them to a tie for second place with the University of New Hampshire. They'll be back in action Saturday the 17th at Dartmouth.
The women's and men's rugby teams were in action at Plymouth State this past weekend. The women's team were victorious, but the men's side suffered their first loss of the season.
That's all for this week in EC Sports for ECTV. I'm Jess Carroll.
And I'm Matt Pritchard. And if you're looking for more in-depth information about sports, check out our new show, From the Nest, with me, Matt Pritchard.
Seize a great opportunity to satisfy your fruit craving this Sunday with your fellow Gulls with a day of apple picking at Russell Orchards. Transportation will be provided and the bus leaves at 12 p.m.
Later that night, throw on your Pats jersey and head down to Gullies for the game. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Don't miss this opportunity to catch some great football.
Let's take a look at who messed up this week with Shake My Head News with Molly and Simone. Take it away, girls.
Hello, and welcome to this week's segment of Shake My Head News. I'm Molly.
And I'm Simone. Kyle Waring, a 27-year-old man from Massachusetts, is now selling New England fall leaves. Waring sold water bottles of snow from the blizzard last winter and is hoping to get as good of an outcome as last year by selling fall leaves for $19.99. Customers get 3 leaves and a special message. Waring says he preserves the leaves so the color is enhanced and will last for years. He ships anywhere in the United States and says rush deliveries, they're available.
Relaford Cooper, a DUI suspect who led deputies on a high-speed chase in Manatee County, Florida, allegedly told authorities that his dog was the one behind the wheel. Cooper was caught speeding and began to flee when he heard sirens. Cooper ran through a stop sign, drove through 2 ditches, and eventually crashed into a house. While being handcuffed, Cooper tried to tell the police he was not the one driving the car, his dog was. Authorities say that no dog was actually found in Cooper's vehicle, and surprisingly, Cooper isn't the first to pin suspicious driving on a canine.
Speaking of leaves, Catherine Gatos of Lantana, Florida, called her friend for help last week after getting a piece of debris in her eyes while blowing leaves. Instead of coming to help with eye drops, the friend arrived with a small bottle of fingernail glue. Gatos stated that as soon as she felt the glue in her eyes, it burned, and suddenly her eye was glued shut. Gatos is finally getting the medical treatment she needs after being stuck with an eye that was been glued shut for 8 days.
In Wentzville, Missouri, a 53-year-old Gregor Cole was charged with burglary and harassment after he was found asleep in an empty bedroom of someone else's home. Authorities say Cole entered the home and went into the bedroom while the people who lived in the home were in the other room. Police say the man was discovered around 8 a.m. sleeping and wearing only underwear and a shirt. Cole was immediately taken to the St. Charles County Jail and is jailed on a $15,000 bond. That's all for this week's Shake My Head News. Back to you, Rain and Brianna.
Come showcase your billiard skills this Monday at 5:30 in the Lower Callahan as Student Activities hosts a campus-wide pool tournament. For more info on how to sign up, contact Brianne McGann.
Do you love cute fuzzy animals? Well, then you'll want to check out the segment we did on barn babies held last week in the chapel.
This is Matt Pritchard with ECTV here with Mr. Chicken. Mr. Chicken, what do you have to say? Interesting.
I am so excited. I can't wait to pet them all. I love cats and I love all of them, and there's a pig, so I'm really excited.
Kind of way too excited. We ran out here from dinner like a half hour early. Yeah. Super excited. She cried when they came in.
My favorite part is holding the little tiny dogs and petting them because they comfort me and make me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Is a dog your favorite animal?
That or probably a turtle. I like turtles a lot too.
them, and they're just patting around in the cages. They don't know which way is up and down, but they're about to get some love, some well-needed love. They've been in the car all day just trying to get here, and now they're just like really ready for some love, just like rolling around in their cages.
Now check out 2 Glam with Christina McNamara and Molly Massey.
Hello and welcome to this week's segment of Too Glam to Give a Damn. For ECTV, I'm Christina McNamara.
And I'm Molly Massey.
First today, former NBA and reality TV star Lamar Odom remains hospitalized after being found unconscious at a Nevada brothel. The estranged husband of Khloe Kardashian was at Sunrise Hospital in Las Vegas Tuesday night and is currently unresponsive and having serious problems with his heart, kidney, and lungs. According to officials, his condition was so serious that doctors wanted to airlift him to a larger hospital, but Odom was too tall to fit in the helicopter and remained in Las Vegas. According to E! News, Khloe Kardashian remains by his side. Thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family during this time.
In other news, Dance Mom star Abby Lou Miller is doing the tango with the feds for allegedly committing bankruptcy fraud. According to federal indictment, Miller hid about $750,000 from income creditors after filing bankruptcy in 2010. Miller continued to make money from Dance Moms and other TV appearances and lied on her financial reports for her dance studio and did not report some of her income. Abby Lee has yet to comment on this matter.
After an unflattering picture of Vin Diesel surfaced online over the weekend, the actor received a lot of hurtful comments about his, quote, dad bod. He silenced the body shamers by posting a shirtless picture of himself on Instagram, with the caption including the phrase, "Body shaming is always wrong. What do you think?" We think this was a great way to silence the haters. Let us know what you think by tweeting us at 2GlamEC on Twitter.
And finally, as some celebs come out to support the candidates ahead of the primary elections, some are digging themselves graves. Rapper T.I. spoke about Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in an interview this week and said there was no way he would vote for a woman to be president. So for our quote of the week, we'll include this part of his interview. Not to be sexist, but I can't vote for the leader of the free world to be a woman. Not sexist at all.
And that's all we have this week for Too Glam to Give a Damn. Have a great week.
Come test your pop culture knowledge at Gully's this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. as Student Activities hosts Trivia Night.
Now let's take an inside look at business as Matt Layton interviews a member of the DECA Club.
All right, thanks, Rain and Brianna. Right now I'm joined by Kyle Kogan, who is the Community Outreach Coordinator for Endicott's DECA program. Kyle, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. So for those who are not familiar with DECA, what is DECA here at Endicott?
So DECA, in a loose sense, is the business club, but really we're so much more than that. We have hospitality majors, we have communication majors, sports management majors. We're an inclusive club, and what we do, we prepare our business cases and try to solve them together. We go to competitive events twice, 3 times a year, and also we're big into the community service aspect of it too.
So I know many schools around the country have a high school DECA program, and then there's also one here at the collegiate level. What is the difference between those two?
So at the collegiate level, you'd be surprised, there's actually a lot less participation, but there's a lot more focus when it comes to the collegiate level. For example, last year we went to Orlando, Florida. We brought a team of right around 20 kids, and we all competed against colleges from around the country. Different events like hospitality management, restaurant management, marketing, finance, all this kind of stuff. And then we walked away with a few medals as well.
What type of medals were those?
We had a gold medal, I believe, in the business analysis case, and we had a couple silvers as well, so we were really excited.
That's great. And what kind of outreach do you do as part of the organization?
So as a community outreach, that's just a fancy term for reaching out to volunteer organizations, working with the community service department here at Endicott, and just making sure that our DECA team is giving back to the community, to the North Shore community. And this 2 Sundays ago, we participated in the breast cancer walk in Boston, and we had a lot of fun with that.
That's great. How many members do you currently have?
Right now on our e-board, we have right around 12 members. So our e-board is our executive board, and those are the people that are head of the subcommittees. And then right now we're right around over 50 members in our DECA as a whole.
And you touched upon this earlier, you don't have to be a business major to be involved, you can be any type of major.
Absolutely not. We're very open, and we're glad to have you guys. We're not exclusive. We really want to encourage the growth of other majors joining us, not just the business school.
Looking forward, what type of events do you have coming up, or any programs that might be happening on campus?
Yeah, so actually this Saturday coming up, we're working at one of the local farms, and we're helping give back to the community, do some service events there, and then also we'll be participating in the Safe Trick or Treat later this month up at the Post Center with all the other clubs and organizations.
That's great. So if anyone is interested in getting involved, how do they do so?
Please come see myself. I'm always around. Professor Torrance, Assistant Dean Torrance, excuse me, she is our faculty advisor, and she'd be more than happy to welcome you and take you through the ropes. And we have our e-board meetings every Monday night, and then we have chapter meetings once a month as well.
Excellent. And when are those chapter meetings?
Chapter meetings, I believe the next one, you're putting me on the spot here. I think it's November either 3rd or 4th, right around there, beginning of the month.
And what day is that?
I think that's a Wednesday night.
All right, excellent.
Yep.
All right, Kyle, appreciate you being here.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, Rain and Brianna, back to you.
Well, that about does it for this week, folks. For ECTV, I'm Ray Newcomb.
And I'm Brianna Marr.
Stay safe, stay classy, and have a great week, girls. I'll tell you, there's nothing like some cute, fuzzy animals to brighten your day up.